My connection to the military is my wife, Rachel, is active duty with the U.S. Army. I'm actually probably that double unicorn of male military spouse. I'm also a stay-at-home dad. It's nice to be able to have the time to spend with my children. So that part of it is wonderful. The part that's not so wonderful is it is strange to not have as much control over sort of your life and your family's life as you think you would. We moved from Philadelphia to Washington, D.C. It was our first one. Then we went to Kansas, back to D.C., here to Seattle. This will be our fifth this summer. These things are challenging for me, and yet I realize that we're fortunate compared to many others in the military who have dealt with far more. And so I was struggling a lot with anxiety and depression, basically one fueling the other. And so I just started to spiral after having made some progress and thinking I was on the right path. That unwound. And I didn't really know what was going on. I knew that I didn't feel great. I knew I was having like very wild swings in emotions, and just like I was unhappy. When it felt bad, I would focus on it feeling bad and I would make it worse. What I found appealing about the Cohen Clinic, and why I chose that as my first option when it was recommended to me, is they were not just going to take me on and talk to me and assume they could help me, but sort of offered that we're going to have a conversation and we're both going to decide from that conversation if we're a good fit, if we have a good match here. The biggest change is just that I can experience negative thoughts or just have a negative experience in the world and not have it really derail an hour, a day, a week. I think in terms of my closest relationship with my wife and my children, I think they just see more stability in my mood from day to day. It's just that Dad's in a much better mood most of the time, because while those things still happen in my life, the way I react to them is very different. And so my wife has certainly commented that my mood and attitude is much better. And it's not that I was constantly negative. It was just that, it was hard to see or predict what minor thing might just cause me to be super hard on myself. I think the big thing I took away from my time with the Cohen Clinic is just that while I don't have a lot of control over the things I want to have control of in my life, I have a significant amount of control in the way I react to the world. And it's amazing to think that just shifting that perspective could have such a major impact on my day-to-day life, but it has.